surprise you with this one. You
Oh,
don't even know what we're going to do.
I'm open with anticipation.
Dripping with anticipation.
Well, I'm perspiring. I'm, it's slightly humid with anticipation.
Wet Leg
Huh?
is the debut studio album by British rock duo Wet Leg. It was released on 8th of April 2022 by Domino. That's about all I know.
Yep,
That's everything my research has come up with.
that's all anybody knows, I think.
Yeah, Wet Leg. Why the fucking heck would you name your band Wet Leg?
Wet leg? Well,
What do you think? What image comes to mind when you hear Wet Leg?
that episode of Friends where one of them got stung by a jellyfish and they had to pee on them. You remember that one?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, old school.
As a feminist, I have to say it just sounds like someone's having a period and it's going down their leg.
Oh, that didn't come to my mind in the slightest.
Or you've peed yourself in classroom.
I don't think you understand periods very well as a feminist.
That's what happens. Just a big gusher.
Oh yeah,
Goes for about 40 days and 40 nights.
floods the whole world.
And it happens every 15 minutes.
That's
what
excellent.
my research has come up with.
That the internet is never wrong.
No.
Mm.
Now you know it.
Wet leg. I picked this one. I wanted something that neither you or I had really known about.
We were both strangers to the Wet Leg before this.
That's correct. Yeah.
We are now fully immersed in Wet Legs.
Well, we've had a week and a bit of
Wet Legs.
looking at Wet Legs. Yeah, listening to getting Wet Leg on either side of our ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was NPR music or something like that. I can't remember. And I heard the song Chaise Lounge. I don't know how you say it. And I liked it. I thought it was a great little barnstormer of a song, kind of throwback to like the Breeders in that early 90s. It was unpolished, but it had good drum and bass and a nifty little guitar line. I went, that's a good song. And then, I don't know, X months later, they were like playing at Glastonbury and what's his name? Harry Styles was covering their songs. And I thought, all right. When it got round to this, I thought I'll pick that. So I picked it. So I threw it at you. So you can go first and then I'll tell you what I thought of it. Had you heard of Wet Leg before I mentioned it?
Nope. Never heard of it.
So it's a clean slate.
Didn't know Wet Leg exist.
Mm.
I don't like it. It's crap. One good song. The rest of it just fucking, it was just boring. Boring. Bland is a word I would use.
Bland. All right. Yeah.
It's all the same. Yeah, like I said, there's that one good song. Not Chase Lounge, whatever it was.
That's all right.
What's the one? Wet Dream. I like that song.
All right. Okay.
Disgusting lyrics.
But brilliant lyrics. What makes you think you're good enough to think about me while you're touching yourself? That's a brilliant lyric.
Yeah. I don't think there should be a man song called Shut Up, I'm Having a Wank About You.
Well, you could write it, I suppose. You're a musician.
My dreams. I'll wank on you if I want.
I don't know if anybody would want to listen to a man in his mid-40s balding singing about shut up, I'm jerking off over you. It's none of your business.
Oh, that's going in the spank bank. Oh. Actually, Limp Bizkit have a song about it. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's sort of.
They have songs about.
I'm dreaming about your panties, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Eat You Alive, isn't it? That one.
Yeah, it's the one.
Mm.
It's the male equivalent. Bless his honest
Yeah.
lyrics we can all relate
Yeah.
to.
Wow.
Gone in the spank bag. You can't do nothing about it, lady. Ah. Sounds a bit
Yeah.
gross when I say it.
It really does.
But then she knows all
You
about it,
can't-
doesn't she?
You can't get away with talking like that when you reach a certain age. You can be naive and erotic and like Bruce Springsteen. You can be manrotic. Is that the right word? I don't know. Forward sexually as a man until you're about
Hey, little
30.
girl, is your daddy
Yeah,
home?
right. So
Don't leave it
he
all
must have
alone.
been. He would have been in his 20s, maybe early 30s when he did that. And he's got the prowess. He's got, there's machismo, I think is the term. But then after that, there's a certain point, and it comes very quickly, where you go from being, I guess what's considered an attractive man to being a fucking creepy old man. It's like a 2-day window. Somewhere there in life, you're feeling good, and people look at you, and then, you're a creepy old man, and you can't say things like that anymore.
Fred Durst
yeah,
was
we just-
doing it.
Yeah, but a creepy old man. It's not working for him anymore. Not at all. It's.
I love that
you know,
song. I think it's great. Spoke for
No,
all
no.
of us.
You're talking about a song that he put out when he would have been late 20s, 30s. Okay.
That's
Now-
not an old song, is it? That's a new one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's way old. No, that's super old. It came out on
He's,
before they broke up the first time, anyway.
he's still, well, it's new to me, and he's still singing it, I hope. Bless his heart.
He is, and the general population is not on Fred Durst's side anymore. Not that they ever were. I don't know.
Yes, we are. Firmly on Fred
You
Durst's
are,
side
'cause
on
you're
this
a
one.
fucking creepy old man. This is well established.
Yeah.
We've heard your voice. Our constant listeners. Are
You're right
weird.
there, girls. You're right.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll just
There
come
it is.
and check in on you, see if you're okay. You're right.
People like walking down the street now. If I was, I mean, I couldn't be a young girl, but if I was a young
You
girl,
could be a young girl if you just need to identify
That's
as one, and
no,
you're there.
I have a cock and it's staying there. I am old school. I'm going to take this thing to my grave with me. If I was,
You hope.
no,
You
and,
never know.
well, maybe when I get cremated, it might go in a bottle on a mantelpiece or something because it's
One
highly regarded.
IED later. No PP.
Not going to
You're a
happen.
walking stick. Could
Yeah,
happen.
it's in
You
my
never
will.
know.
It's in my will. This cock's going with me. Even if
Bury
it's
me
in a
with my
satchel.
willy.
Yeah. I was born with it and I'm going to die with it. It might not look the same, but it's coming with me. It's been through a lot. It's a fucking veteran. What was it talking about? I don't know. Something about you being a creepy old man, but I'm happy to move on from it.
This album's bland. Just
Yes,
I
that's
don't
what
nothing
you said.
like bland. Nothing. I think it's bad, but it just sort of started, stopped. I was listening to it and I thought, oh, it's gotten quite good all of a sudden. Then I realized that Apple Music had skipped on and started playing Lana Del Rey, and I thought, oh, this got a bit of life to it. Oh no, it's Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey doesn't have life. What is it?
Wow.
That's my Lana Del Rey. Yeah.
Well, the song came on and it was like so much better.
No,
Well,
Lana
oh,
Del
well.
Rey's like hang yourself music. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was like pleasantly upbeat compared, by the time
Oh,
you've listened
no,
to
like,
40
come
minutes of this
on.
thing.
I found the wet leg more enjoyable than I expected it. I kind of lump it in with the Harry Styles. I think I liked Harry Styles when we reviewed that.
I think we
or at
like
least-
4 songs and then stopped
Yeah,
with
that's
the
what I mean.
verdict.
You know, like not awful. And this listening to this, I'm like, this is not made. Wet leg is not made for me. Man, middle-aged. No, I'm more than middle-aged. Over middle-aged man. This is not marketed towards me. You know, this is young, fun, festival, party-going, what's eccentric's not the right word, but
I
quirky.
won't call it fun festival. I'd call it.
I would. Then you what? Did you do your research and watch any videos of them playing shows or anything? Like, seems to be working for them. They've got a lot of fans. This is the new thing. This is the new thing, Dan. We're missing it. We're missing it hard.
I don't think it's the new thing. A couple people like them.
Here we go. This album, I know I'm not going to rate it top tier in the high tens, but this is easily, far and away, better than any of Pearl Jam's last 3 albums.
Well, that's not
And
really.
they're supposedly putting out music for me, you know. They're not.
They gave up decades ago, though.
Oh my god, did they ever? I don't know. Why do they keep going? You think these big bands?
Money. Touring.
but
They're playing the old songs.
Surely you've got the money already, though. Like, you've got enough money to live comfortably and retire and just live out your days, right? Why do they keep going?
For a band that used to go on about artistic integrity and all that shit, you can say to them like decades ago, you just carried on doing middle-aged shit that no one fucking likes, and you know it's not good. You're just doing it to milk the lifestyle and like milk the back catalog, and you're shit. You know, you're not making worthwhile art. Get out of the way. You're useless.
Yeah. But so why do they keep doing it? Surely they know.
Money.
But they don't need money.
Sellout hacks now. They're sellout hacks.
But they don't
I think
need
you
to
like
sell
the
out.
attention and all that stuff of getting cheered on
maybe.
stage for playing a song that someone else wrote in the band 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Yeah, the fear of fading away. But like, I suppose like you could take a hiatus. Like John Lennon took a hiatus. Beatles ended, did his solo career early 70s, and then he went, fuck it, I'm going to be a house husband. He hung his guitar up on the wall and didn't pick it up for 5 years. I think he just went, fuck it, I got enough money. And, but then he came back just before he died, didn't he? Recorded an album that we reviewed. People that have subscribed recently, you go back and find that one. Didn't we do Double Fantasy?
Yeah. Why didn't Kurt Cobain just go, fuck it?
Take a break.
I'm going to take 5 years off. I'm going to kick this. I'm just going to be a deadbeat dad and walk out one day. And I'm going to go live in Vietnam for 5 years.
Wow.
And just bang the locals. See what happens.
He was a, trashy, good for nothing heroin addict with stomach ulcers and anal ulcers, apparently. Couldn't handle the pain, shot himself in the face.
I don't know about the anal ulcers.
Yeah. Well, I heard some interview with Courtney talking about it. And
I don't believe a word comes out of that woman's mouth.
No. But, every now and again, she's got maybe a new book or an album coming out. She's got to, spice up the stories. I know he had the stomach ulcers and the anal thing's new, but the dude seemed to be in a lot of pain, and to escape it, he went to the needle, and that fucked him up, and he's probably better off dead.
Well, you ever sat up in the middle of the night and thought, what if I got another second opinion from another doctor? Like, maybe I should give the heroin away.
He should have done that.
He should have done that,
Oh, sure. But I think, allegedly, she pushed him in bad directions, for sure. Gee, I didn't know they did an intervention with him, like 5 days before he died or something. Allegedly, of course. Yeah. And again, in this interview, she's saying she really regrets doing that because that may have
made him sadder.
Yeah, it was done horribly or something. And, he went and got that shotgun and put it in his beautiful mouth, and God knows what he looked like when he was put in the coffin. Can't put that shit back together.
It would be a closed coffin.
27. What a fucking idiot.
little note on his chest, bury me with my willy.
Hey, Kurt went down with his cock. Shot himself in the face. His cock was fine.
I have no head. I want the doctors. I want the mortician to give me a big erection, and people can look at that and think, "Oh yeah, yeah, puff it up twice the
It's
size."
an open coffin, but it's the lower half. Yeah,
Lower half,
yeah.
big woody.
They're gonna have to start doing that when they bury people, just so we know 100% they died with their cocks. It's important, you know.
We need to know, really, don't
We
we?
need to know. Like these are the important facts of life.
I feel like Aunt Jane can look in the coffin and go, "That's the boy I
That's
remember.
my boy.
That's
my
the
boy."
boy.
Yeah.
Died with a boner, like a man."
Yeah. Yeah. And then like morticians could start getting like decorating them and stuff, you know? Putting little tuxedos on them and top
Little
hats.
bow tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not
We
a
need to start this trend. I'm gonna put it in my will. I'm gonna call it cockupage, something like that.
bit of a book of the
Whitley.
dead. We could have a cock of the dead, you know. It's
Cock of the dead.
just
Book of the cock.
dick pics of dead people.
Book of the dead cock. Yeah.
You look at it and go,
Necro-
"Oh, you get a little constable's hat." Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he wrote it raw.
The Necrococcon.
Yeah, the things we want to know. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you could, yeah. Buried with a flashlight.
Anyway,
That'll give you a wet leg. Segue back.
these chicks, apparently they met in music school
Oh, yeah.
and they had a record deal before they ever played a live show.
Yeah, I believe it.
And now they're just milking it. Milking that wet leg for all it's worth.
These songs. Yeah, look, complete contradiction to you, I guess. Look, I'd heard that song, and then I heard, what was this? I don't know if it was their second single or the second song was, looking for the title of it. Yeah, it was Wet Dream, the one you were talking about. And the aforementioned Harry Styles did a cover of that. And that was the first time I heard it. So I heard Chaise Long, then I heard Harry doing Wet Dream.
He sang lyrics about a guy having a wank about him and climbing on the bonnet of his car.
Yeah. He's free flowing, Harry. He's just singing it. And it was good. I think his version's better than Wet Leg's version. But
Jesus, really?
Oh, it's because of his band. His band
really put his heart and soul into it.
They funk it up a bit. I mean, it'll be post the episode, but you could look it up if you're interested. He's wearing his little pearl necklace and his, you know what he wears. So I heard that. So I like that song too. I think that's a nice little quirky pop song. And that's the best way to describe this album, is the quirky pop. But chose it for this episode, chucked it on, and track 1, Being in Love. I think it's simple.
It's all simple.
Rock, you know? Yeah, but that's what I like about it. It's just fucking power chords. It's solidly recorded, good bass and drum tone, and it's people fucking playing their instruments. It's not like, this isn't Rihanna or, I don't know, what's the fucking band that doesn't play? I mean, Tattoo. Do you remember Tattoo?
You're showing your age there.
T.A.T.U. Don't know what it stands for, but they're saying all the things we said, and they like teased they were lesbians, and they kissed, and everybody watched it, and they made millions.
That was risque back then. Lesbians, holy shit!
Remember that? Remember lesbians? I remember do you remember the Madonna Britney kiss?
Yeah,
the world
gross.
just went mental. Yeah, and and Madonna again with her sex book, and it was like bondage, and oh my god, the world was shocked. Now the world's like, fucking level it up, give us some fucking cocks in a coffin, would you?
I think I don't know if the world was shocked. The media said the world was shocked. The rest of the world was like, oh, God, she's past it, isn't she? What's she doing that for?
Was this Madonna?
Yeah, but desperate. Oh, it seemed desperate back then. That's really
The
my
Britney
thought.
kiss was desperate. I thought the sex book was on point.
I mean, I felt bad for Britney. Like, once she picked someone a bit hotter, like,
Mm. Well, then didn't she snog Christina Aguilera? But
yeah,
then they cut away on that, and then nobody made a big deal because Christina was number 2.
Britney snogging Kathy Ireland back then. That would have been good. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Kathy Ireland?
Oh, the supermodel back in the day.
Nope.
What about, okay, make it Al McPherson and Britney Spears
fuck, it
snogging on the
doesn't- it could
stage.
be Al McPherson
Side
and
boob.
fucking Potato, and I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Al
but Britney
McPherson.
and Al together snogging. Ooh.
Wow. Britney, I never really rated Britney too high. You know?
This is
I mean,
post.
look,
This is post
you put-
crazy Britney though. This is hot Britney
Even
in her
if you
prime.
put peak prime Britney and stood her next to peak prime Al McPherson, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm only seeing Al McPherson in the room there.
Yeah, but
just
it's a bit of snog though,
comparison.
isn't it? It's
Ah,
but it's a level up from Madonna. Come on,
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to.
I-
the point
I-
I'm trying to get at. Like I'm being scientific here, and you're dragging
I
us
agree
into
with
the
you.
gutter.
I agree with you on this sexist man whoring podcast. We've lost our 3 female listeners.
Well, it's Pride Month, so I just wanted to get a little bit of LGBTQ representation in here. And
Sure.
Al McPherson and Britney Spears snogging on stage in front of a live audience. It's my wet dream. Like I can do what I want, Brad. You've got no control over these things.
Wow, that's true. Yeah. Even though you're fucking 50 and you haven't had a wet dream in 40 years.
I get up 4 times in the night to have a pee. I mean, it's the same thing. Sometimes I get a little
Oh,
dribble
touche.
down my leg.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fine.
It's like brings me
Yeah.
back to my glory days of my youth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's just less fun. Yeah.
and then I walk around all day. I don't change my underpants. Just walk around all day with it. Get a wet leg.
Oh, can't wait for your employer to find this podcast. Just to jump back, being in love, I found that just to be a fine, like a Pixies or Breeders type song. That's what it reminded me of. Real simple, verse chorus, kind of, you know, 2 chords for the verse, 2 chords for the chorus, and then fuck off. It's short, it's fine. Can you hear the cat meowing outside? Fuck
No.
that cat. Good. Shay's long.
Was that a wet pussy outside?
Fucking is, because it's right. There's a wet pussy outside.
My wet
Meowing
pussy's
at me.
outside as
Yeah.
well. I haven't heard a meow in a while.
Howling at me. You best feed that wet pussy. Yeah.
Ah,
Anyway, it can just sit there in the light of the moon. Shay's long. So 1-2 start. I was okay with it. I was there. I was feeling it. And then it kind of dropped a bit off a cliff after that for me. 2 songs that I'd happily not listen to again. But I did. I gave this album many spins. Wet Dream, good. And then, yeah, kind of loses me again through the rest of the album. Like, you know, okay.
for the rest of the album. So we're on
Yep.
song 3, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Told you,
are-
told you I wasn't going to rate it real
yeah.
high.
Ah.
And then I can't even remember what the song's called. It might be Your Mum or Oh No. I'm looking at the track listing. And that was all right. Like, there's a couple of okay late songs on the album. But again, I think for a band, you can tell they got signed. Put out a single. It became a kind of a hit. So here's the album. I don't know whether they put out an EP before this, but I feel like this should have been the EP. And then like a major label album after the EP, and it would have been better. Maybe the next album's going to be really good. That's what I think. I think they're just young kids figuring it out. Mm.
I just thought it was bland. I've got one song, one catchy song, and then just bland.
Is that one song going on the list, or is it not going to make the list, the playlist?
Oh, considering it.
But like how I really tried. I really tried to make this album sink in. You know, I was off on vacation. Went on a little holiday to the white sand beaches of the Gold Coast, Australia, and I'd go walking and I'd put this on my headphones and I tried to make it like a holiday album, but I just kept putting on Tool and I'd listen to this and go, okay, I've had enough. Put something else on, you know.
Something better.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're right. Something that would make me, enjoy it more.
Imagine if you're a teenage girl, this might be your favorite album for a month until the next thing comes along, and then
You're right.
Doesn't really have staying power, I don't think.
No, I like I said, two good songs. I think two like songs that if they have a career, will be the ones that they'll play through their whole career. You know, like I think Chaise Long, Wet Dream. Maybe there's one other.
Well, if we're into skippability,
oh yeah,
I'm Wet Leg, and then you can put Wet Leg into your little playlist on Spotify or your Apple Music, whatever you want to do. But you can
Wet Leg's the band name.
Wet Dream, close enough, same thing. Put Wet Dream.
You're about
Put Wet Dream in there, and then you can you're going to forget the rest, aren't you? Aren't you? You're going to forget the rest.
No.
So for me, skippability is every song except for Wet Dream.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I can't call it an epic song in my ratings.
Okay. Just
put it in the
good enough.
Highly decent.
Good enough to stand out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lukewarm.
Yeah. And so for you?
Skippability? I thought I kind of went through it before. I reckon I'd give it a one, do that. I'd give it about how many tracks are there? I'd give it a 5 out of however many tracks there are. I think it starts okay, but then, like the melodies aren't catchy enough to keep you coming back to a lot of the songs. A lot of the songs, she's just singing like the riff or singing the bass line. You know, it's not a lot of melody in a lot of the songs.
The singing's very monotone or, talky singing. And it's more lyric based than music based.
Oh, look, I found there are some good, quirky lyrics in here, like I don't want to follow you on the gram, I don't want to listen to your band, stuff like that. I thought, oh, that's kind of hip and with it. But do you want to come home with me? I've got Buffalo 66 on DVD. Brilliant.
It's a lot of complaining and then done, you know? It's really complaining or putting someone down or just...
Yeah, what was Limp Bizkit, though? You know, it's just fucking screaming anger, and this is just a different way of saying the same shit. I like you, do you like me? Stop jerking off over me. I didn't give you permission.
Well, we've all had that, haven't we?
What makes
like you wake up in Bill Cosby's house and you're like, let him get it over with.
He's going to get away with it anyway. Just let him get it done. He's a celebrity.
He's paid my Uber home. I won't complain.
Yeah. You know.
How are you going to rate this then?
You let that happen and then write a book, right?
Like a normal person. Yeah.
Like a normal, but just go to get on the talkies, get on Oprah, and then just settle out of court.
Yeah.
Rating it.
Huge payday.
Huge payday. The cause, mate, he's got cash up the wazoo. He's got that Cosby Show money.
Oh, man. That would be like waking up and thinking, bingo, early retirement.
Does
Thank
give
my
you a
lucky
sore ass.
stars.
Yeah.
All
Sore
worth
ass
it.
and a dry throat. Um,
Yeah.
is there any television
leg.
network? Is there? Yeah, well, you would have a wet leg, wouldn't you? I suppose, and a pearl necklace. Are there any satellite television stations or the internet? Maybe the internet would have it. Surely, is anybody broadcasting the Cosby Show?
Think he's gone.
You think he's been like erased from history? It's like Back to the Future shit. It's
Yeah.
vanished.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder watching it, knowing what we know now, whether it would be so wholesome.
He's been R. Kelly'd.
Hey, fucking, who's R. Kelly? Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to
Racing.
give it a. I'm going to be mean. I'm going to be a mean girl. 2.5 out of 10.
Wow. I don't think that's your worst rating.
I'm going to give it 2 wet legs.
It's better than no wet legs, I guess. I'll making mouth noises like you're not supposed to in a podcast. I'm gonna give it. I'll be nicer because I really like Chaise Long. I think it's a great song. I'm giving it 4. There's that wet pussy again. I'm giving it 4.75 howling wet pussies out of 10. Yeah.
That doesn't sound as bad as it is, does it? Like, if you had 4.75 wailing wet pussies, you'd be pretty pleased.
But it's not 9 wailing wet pussies, is it? It's maybe that's too overwhelming. Maybe 9 is too.
Yeah. You think about trying to get around all of those, if you know.
You'd have a good story to tell, though.
Arthur, it's not Wednesday. I'm not a machine.
You'd be the talk of the town at the pub. 9.
Sharon, does this look like Monday? Get away from me.
And you'd definitely there'd be a camera there somewhere if you had 9, I think. Oh, it's disappeared now.
4.75 would be too much, I think.
The pussy's gone. You'd handle it. You've got extra limbs. You'd be fine.
Oh, you get tired. You'd be ringing up your friends going, look, mate, I need a week off. Seriously. Can you just come around?
Who could do it? You know who could do it? The man that producer Eric hung up on, Bruce Springsteen. He could do it. He could do 9. I think he'd take the full 10. Maybe in an orderly fashion, like a single file.
Yeah.
A single file, you might be able to handle it.
Yeah, like, how old are they? Hey, little girl, your daddy home.
Right, yeah. All right. Well, before you get too creepy,
yeah,
I think I'm done. I think I'm dry. I got a dry leg right now.
Oh god, that's terrible. Okay, well, another perfect episode then. Wet leg. Yeah.
Maybe or maybe not listen to it. It's up to you. It's at your discretion.
You're not missing anything.
Nah, not really. Unless you're a young teenage girl. But you're not listening to this anyway. So go fuck yourself.
Knobs. All right. Awesome. Oh, where's the button? Eric?